everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be talking about Big Trouble in Little China. So this is a movie that I just fell in love with on first viewing. I watched it so many times on video in the 80s, and if I was going to have a physical media collection, I was always going to have this movie in it. In fact, I'm so happy I have multiple editions. So I'm very passionate about this film. I just think it really works wonders on an audience, and there's just so much to enjoy. It's unlike any movie I've ever seen. It covers so many genres. Kurt Russell is just in his element. He plays it so cool, and it has a rewatchability. And films that have a rewatchability stay in my collection, and this is one that I can put on and watch anytime. In fact, I've seen it on TV over the years many times, and when it comes on, I struggle to change that channel. I just end up watching it for 30 minutes or so. Sometimes I watch it through to the end if I haven't got anything else to do. So my enthusiasm for this one looms large. And it is Big Trouble in Little China. It is a big movie. It is larger than life, and probably my favourite Kurt Russell role of all time, Jack Burton, the truck driver. And when it comes to plot, I mean, this movie really has the craziest of plots. This truck driver ends up in the mysterious underworld of Chinatown, and there is just so much going on, so much mystery, so much suspense, so much excitement, so much intrigue. So it's an exciting movie with a lot going on, and it's just thrill a minute. So I do have a history with this film, and it stems back to the video days in the 80s. I missed this one in the cinema, and I'm so sad that I did. I mean, this was a movie that I would love to see on the big screen. I'm yet to experience it in a cinema. One day, if they have a retro screening, I will go. But my affection for this one runs deep. I think John Carpenter is a wonderful filmmaker. I think Kurt Russell is a great actor. And I think this movie works so well as an action comedy. You throw all those other elements in, and it just knocks it out of the park. It's not a film for everybody, though. And when I say it's not a film for everyone, well, I'll tell you a little bit of my story. So as it goes, my mum and dad went to see this on the big screen, and my dad really enjoyed the film, but my mum didn't. And she disliked it that much that she couldn't wait for this film to finish. She was not a fan, and she just didn't like it, and she kept nudging my dad and basically saying, I hope that this film will be over soon because I can't stand it. I suppose you could say this film is not for everyone. It has that mix of genres, and it's just too much for some audiences. But on the other hand, that is one of the reasons why I like it so much. I think it's just a ball of energy and fun because it caters to so many different demographics. So if you like your action, you'll love it. If you like comedy, you'll love it. If you love a good ghost story, you'll love it. If you like martial arts, there's martial arts in it. So my parents came home and they told me about this film, and one of them liked it, the other one didn't. And I went, you know what? I think I'll skip it on its theatrical run. And then sure enough, by the time it came out on video, I'd read more things about it, and I got swept up in all the marketing for this movie on video. There was just so much marketing, you couldn't escape it. 20th Century Fox went into overdrive. They just put trailers for this film on every single VHS release they could. They just loaded them up, and they really marketed the heck out of this movie. And I think the reason why is they knew they had a great product, but for some reason it bombed at the box office, and they needed to recoup their costs. So they went all in on the video market, And really, Big Trouble in Little China is the perfect video movie. So basically, over a 6-month period there, my enthusiasm wanting to see this film just built and built and built. And when it hit the video rental stores, I just went in there day one and hired it, and I rented it for $1, and I just loved the film. And I watched it numerous times on video after that. In fact, I actually bought it on video in the 90s, a pre-recorded videotape through Fox, and that was the first time I'd actually owned it. It was in the late 90s, I think it was, and they had these video cassettes, these Fox tapes. They were turning up in a lot of the department stores, and Big Trouble in Little China was one of them, and I purchased it. And it just so happened that I parted with that videotape about 15 or so years ago, and I'll tell you the story about that in a moment. Now, when it comes to the critics, this film received mixed reviews on release. It ended up with a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, but Rotten Tomatoes wasn't around when this film was in circulation in the 80s. But that gives you an indication that the critics these days are a little bit more favourable towards this film. Some critics back then couldn't understand it. It may get a 2 out of 5, or it could get a 4 out of 5, depending on taste. But at the moment, it sits at a 73 on Rotten Tomatoes. And as for the audience loves it even more. It's sitting at an 83 on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's pretty cool for an audience rating. A lot of people think this is a cult classic. And when it comes to the IMDb rating, it gets a 7.2 on the IMDb, which is pretty good for an audience rating. I think most people that like the action fantasy genre do enjoy this movie. So, yeah, mixed reviews on release, but these days more favourable. People have warmed to it over the years, and it's considered one of those missed opportunities in John Carpenter's catalogue. It's one of those ones that wasn't critically acclaimed, but one of those ones where the reputation just grew and grew, and people eventually fell in love with it. And man, that poster art really speaks for itself. So anyway, back to that videotape. I purchased it on video in the late 90s, and I watched it a few times, and in 2010 I decided to part with it. I felt, I've got the DVD, I've got the Blu-ray. Yeah, I've got 2 copies now. I'm not going to watch the old tape. And I gave it to a guy that was just a mad video collector. And he didn't have it in his collection. He had no interest in getting it on DVD. And I sold it to him. It was a bargain price, but he just wanted it. It was mint condition, and it was just another one for his collection. So I could have been on here today showing you that videotape. What a shame. But it just came a time that I had to part with it. I didn't think that I'd be watching it on VHS again anytime soon. So that was one I just let go. And another thing I'll say, I decided to test my wife on this movie a few years ago. She had never seen it, and I thought, why not test her on Big Trouble in Little China? She likes a variety of genres, and I put it on, and after 15 minutes, she told me, I love this film. So this movie got her in, it made her laugh, and it really had her involved in what was going to happen next. And she really enjoyed it. So this is a film that we both enjoy now, and that's great for me because that's why I have 3 copies of it in my collection. So I was happy when she had a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I'm sure that over the years I will revisit this one again and again. It's one of those movies, and just talking about it now, who knows, if I have a spare 100 minutes or so, I might just go and do that. So, yeah, Big Trouble in Little China, a film that I won't part with on physical media. And just a great fun watch. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again very soon.